Hi everyone. So today we are going to talk about our next topic, which is Ahar Pak, which is also called the process of digestion. And this topic is important one because there are many questions which can be asked in exam. So let's start. So before moving to the process of digestion, there are certain things we should know. So first we'll talk about the srotas. So I guess that you have heard of this and you have already learned about this in your other subjects, but let's go quickly through this. What is srotas? Srotas are the channels or pathway forming the transport system within the body, and there are millions of channels in our body. According to Ayurveda, there are two types of srotas uh, existing in the body. One is the Bahirmukh srotas and the other is the Antarmukh srotas. Bahirmukh srotas includes two nostrils, two eyes, two ears, mouth, anal opening, urethral opening and a head. And there are Antarmukh srotas which are 13 in number, which includes प्राणवह उदकवह अन्नवह रस रक्त मांस मेदस्य मज्जा शुक्रवह स्रोतस मूत्रवह स्रोतस पुरीस्वह स्रोतस and svedvah स्रोतस. And in women there are three more srotas which have been described. Two stanya, sthana, it means breast, and one is garbhavatma. Now the srotas or channels which carry anna or food are called the annavah srotas, because we are discussing about the process of digestion. So we have to know about what is annavah srotas. I am assuming that this topic is covered by others and other subjects, so I'm not going deep into that. So annavah srotas can be correlated to the alimentary canal or alimentary tract, and the mool of annavah srotas are Amashay and Annavah Dhamni according to Shushruta, and according to Charak, Amashay and Vamapashva. So 2 marks question ની અંદર તમને એવું પૂછાય કે write down the mool of Annavah srotas. So you should have to mention that. Okay, and Vampashvathi, I guess you are aware that Vampashvathi શું લેવાનું. તો Vampashva is the left lateral side of the body. Stomach is located in the left lateral side of abdomen. So that is the mool of Annavah srotas. So let's start this topic. So first we are going to the role of Grahani and Pittadhara Kala. So again our 5 marks the under they are asking you the question that write down the role of Grahani and Pittadhara Kala. So let's start the Grahani first. The name of Grahani is given to that of gastrointestinal tract of the body, where ingested food is supposed to get retrained for a longer period for the purpose of getting disintegrated and absorbed. We know that only acceptance of food is not intended in the word Grahan, as food is primarily accepted by mouth, but the oral cavity is not yet called Grahani because food is not retained for a longer period there. So mouth is only just accept the food, teeth breaks it within short period, and saliva is get mixed with it within a very short time, which is 10 to 13 seconds, and it is swallowed. Agnyadhisthanam annasya ગ્રહણાત ગ્રહણી મતા. સો ચરક ચિકિત્સાસન અધ્યાય 15 ની અંદર એક રેફરન્સ આપેલો છે કે અગ્નિનું જે અધિષ્ઠાન છે અને જે અન્નનું ગ્રહણ કરે છે, દેટ ઇઝ કોલ્ડ ગ્રહણી. અગેન ચરક ચિકિત્સાસન અધ્યાય 15ની અંદર ધ લોકેશન ઓફ અગ્નિ બતાવ્યું છે. નાભેર ઉપયગ્નિ બલનોપષ્ટોપલબ્ધ ગૃહિતા અપક્વમ ધાર્યાન્નમ પક્વમ સૃજતી પાર્શ્વતઃ. मतलब the organ Grahani is situated above the Nabhi Pradesh, Nabhir Upaya, which acquires the strength through Agni. એને જે બળ મળે છે અગ્નિ બલેનો પષ્ટ એ અગ્નિ દ્વારા મળે છે. Partial digested food is retained in Grahani, જે અપક્વ અન્ન કયું છે એનું ધારણ કરે છે. અપક્વમ ધારયત અન્નમ મતલબ partially digested food is retained in grahani till it is fully digested. Pakvam shrujati pashvatah, and well digested food is propelled ahead. So that is Agni. Now Pittadhara Kala. The digestive system is a communication between the external environment and internal environment of the body. Pittadhara Kala is a part of digestive system. It is the substratum of the Agni. Charak says that the Agni is life. Physiology and pathology of the body is dependent upon the status of Agni. He further says that the other Agnis are depending on Jaఠaragni. So when such Agni is disturbed, that time function of both Agni and Dhatu Agni are also going to be disturbed. So digestive system is frequently exposed to the many pathogens and allergens because of the food, because we are consuming different kind of food. So consequently many diseases are occurring in the Pittadhara Kala. So કલાની અંદર જે 6 કલા છે that is called Pittadhara Kala, which is located in between the Pakvashay and Amashay. It is the site of Antaragni. Food from Amashay propels to Pakvashay and holds the food at the Pakvashay, where provides a strength to it, and it absorbs the Ushma of Pitta, digests the food properly, and it is the Ashay which propels the digested food for the absorption with the function of assimilation. Now coming to our main topic, which is the Ahar Pachan. So Ahar Pachan, or the digestion of the food, is the main function of the Pachak Pit, but Pachak Pit acts upon any food or drug or other substance whichever is presented to it. The action is Sanghat Bhed, or the splitting up of food substances into their basic entities. The Ahar Pachan is in Ampakvashay has been described as the Avastha Pak, which is the change in the state of the form of the food substances, and this is the stage wise change where the Jaఠaragni plays an important role on the ingested food particles. So this fact is of two types. First is Avastha Pak or Prapak, and the second is Vipak. So before going to our main topic, which is Ahar Pachan, we should have to know certain things like correlation between Agni and Pitta. So whenever there is a processing with fuel, like running of a motor engine, there is an element of fire involved. Hence, even in the process of food digestion, where food is used as fuel by the body to burn and generate energy, there is predominant involvement of fire. So Pitta is the main component of Agni, and Pittam Agnyam Ekahilu Pancham. Then Agni and Vata. But as we know, fire alone cannot burn a mass. It needs some amount of air as well. Proper quantity of oxygen rich air will keep the fire alive. Wind is correlated with Vata in Ayurveda. Hence, the process of digestion also involves Vata. For your digestion process to run smoothly, your Vata should also be in the healthy state. Agni and Kapha. When there is a big mass to burn it, only fire and wind might not be sufficient. You need some lubricating liquid that would soften and break down the mass into small particles. So this liquid or water is correlated with the Kapha, hence you need a little amount of Kapha also in the digestion process. So Agni is contributed by Pit, which acts as a main burning power, which burns the food and divides it into the useful part, which is Rasa, and waste part, which is Mala. Vata or Vayu, which helps in maintaining proper Pit. It also helps in the division of useful part and waste part. Vayu is responsible for the movement of the food taken in normal downward direction from oral cavity to the anal cavity. So it is also responsible for the division and further assorting of useful part of food and waste part. Kapha, which helps in lubricating the food. It helps to break down the food particles into small pieces. So what actually happens during the digestion? At the level of the stomach and intestine, the food received into stomach gets broken down into the minute particles, which further get divided into essential part or essence part, which is the Sar Bhag, and which goes on to the nourish to all the body tissues, and waste part, which is Kitta Bhag, which goes onto to form all the waste products of the body like feces, urine, sweat, etc. So how body tissues get nourishment? So there are 7 types of body tissues as per Ayurveda. આપણને જે ખબર છે there are 7 dhatus. So rasa dhatu, the essence part of food, also compared with plasma and lymph. Rakta dhatu, it is blood tissue we can compare with. Masa dhatu is a muscle tissue. Asya dhatu is a bone tissue. Majja dhatu bone marrow tissue, and shukra is a male and female reproductive organs we can compare with. The essence part of food nourishes the rasa dhatu. From there on, each dhatu nourishes the next dhatu subsequently. Each dhatu has its own dhatu agni or dhatu agni, and dhatu agni means the digestive fire at the tissue level, and this dhatu agni converts the nourishment that is received into respective tissue. So rasa dhatu has rasa dhatu agni. The digested food is processed by rasa dhatu agni to nourish the rasa dhatu. Then the remnant food part flows to rakta dhatu. Now rakta dhatu has a rakta dhatu agni. The remnant digested food that flows into rakta dhatu gets digested and absorbed by the rakta dhatu and agni to nourish rakta, and the remnant part of the digested food flows into the mas dhatu. So this happens till shukra dhatu. So this is how from rasa to shukra all the 7 dhatus get nourished respectively by one another with the help of the respective dhatu agni. So how waste product get nourished? Food after digestion takes 2 forms like prasad bhag and kitta bhag. Prasad bhag is the essential part that is formed in the first stage, and this is also called the rasa, and kitta is the waste part. The waste part further nourishes the swed, mutra purish and tridosha, excreta of the ear, eye, nose, mouth, hair follicles, as well as the genital organs, and also kesh, smashru, loam and nakha. Now we'll coming to the main thing, which is the process of digestion. So here pranavayu draws the ingested food into the costa, which is alimentary tract. In stomach, the food gets softened by the unctuous substances, after which it gets split into the small particles by the liquid. The agni located in the udar or stomach, we can say, gets stimulated by the saman vayu, and this agni stimulated by vata digests the food that is taken in required quantity and in right time for the promotion of the longevity. Consider a cooking pot containing rice and water placed on the fire, as the fire placed below the cooking pot helps in the cooking of food. Similarly, agni helps in the digestion of food located in the amashay. This leads to the production of rasa. We can compare it to the chyme, which is a nutrition rich resultant of digestion, and mala. So now that is called avasthapak. આપણે સ્ટાર્ટિંગમાં પણ જોયું, there are 2 types of digestion process, which is avasthapak and that is other one is vipak. So there are the 3 stages of digestion process: madhur avasthapak, amla avasthapak and katu avasthapak. So અહીંયા પણ I'm going briefly, because આના પછીનો જે ટોપિક છે એની અંદર we are going to learn about it in deep. So let's go quickly with madhur avasthapak. As soon as the food consisting of 6 rasa is taken, it goes to the stomach, and madhur bhav is manifested during the first stage of the digestion. It results in the stimulation of cough, which is thin and frothy in nature. Amla avasthapak. During the second stage of digestion, the food remains in semi-digested form, which is with dagdha, which results in the sourness, which moving downwards from the amashay. This semi-digested and sour stuff stimulates the production of a transparent liquid called pith, or we can compare it to the bile. Pith itself is sour or amla in taste. Katu avasthapak. When this food product reaches pakvashay, it gets further digested and dehydrated by the agni, and it takes a bolus form, resulting in the pungent taste, and this stimulates the vayu dosh. Satiation of the sense organ by food. Intake of delicious and wholesome food that has pleasant appearance, smell, color, touch and sound nourishes the satiates the sense organs and satisfy કરે ને. ભૂતાગ્નિ પાક, digestion by the elementary fires. There are 5 types of agni. આપણે જ્યારે ભૂતાગ્નિ અને ધાતુ અગ્નિ જોયું હતું એની પણ જોયું હતું, which is based on 5 basic elements: પાર્થિવાગ્નિ, આપ્યાગ્નિ, તેજસાગ્નિ, વાયવાગ્નિ, આકાશાગ્નિ. they digest the respective element and nourish the respective elements in the body. For example, Parthiv-Agni digests the solid food and nourishes the solid body elements. Dhatu-Agni Pak. So absorption of digested food at tissue level. यहाँ આપણે આગળ જોયેલું છે. So thereafter the digested food is subjected to dhatu pak, and dhatu means the 7 types of tissues, and each of these dhatu have their own agni. With this again the digested food gets divided into sarabhag and kittabhag. The process of metabolic transformation. The nutrient factor of rasa dhatu provides nourishment to rakta. The nutrient part of rakta nourishes the mansa dhatu, and that of mans to med, and med to asti, and asti to majja. And the nutrient factor of majja nourishes the shukra dhatu, and the fetus is the product of the nutrients of shukra or semen. Nourishment of upadhatus. So nourishment of upadhatus like breast milk, આપણે જે સ્તન્ય કહીએ, આર્તવ કહીએ, are formed out of rasa. Kandara and shira is formed out of rakta, and vasa and 6 type of skin are formed by the mans, and snayu are formed by the meda dhatu. Malas, waste product. So you have learnt about this, that there are different malas or waste product of anna and dhatus. Anna or dhatu mala waste product. Anna yields or जो આપણે food कहिए yields stool and urine as waste product. Rasa yields kapha as waste product. Rakta gives out pitta, mans khamal, meda sweat, asti kesh and loam, and majja as a unctuous substance representing the eyes, stool and skin. This is how prasada and kitta, these 2 categories of products, arise out of the paka, which is ahar pak, and that is called metabolic transformation of the dhatus, and therefore the process of successive transformation of the dhatus is taken place. So ઘણા બધા સ્કોલર્સ એણે એક ટાઈમ ટેકન ફોર ધ મેટાબોલિક ટ્રાન્સફોર્મેશન પણ આપ્યું છે. સો અકોર્ડિંગ ટુ સમ સ્કોલર્સ ધ ટ્રાન્સફોર્મેશન ઓફ ધાતુસ ફ્રોમ રસ ટુ શુક્ર is effected in 6 days and nights. This process of transformation of the tissue elements requiring nourishment is a continuous one, like a moving well. So this was all about आहार पाक. तो जनरली તમારા એક્ઝામની અંદર 2 માર્ક્સની અંદર પૂછાય કે અન્ન વહ સ્રોતોના મૂળ લખવાના, અથવા તો જે આહાર પાકની જે પ્રોસેસ છે, the process of digestion a lakhwani. You can write down avastha pak in detail also if you are being asked this question in 10 marks. Otherwise there isn't any need to write down this in detail. So તમને જો આ question પૂછા 10 marks અંદર, what you have actually should write down. તો અન્નવહ સ્રોતસ એના મૂળ, what is grahani and pittadhara kala, and the process of ahar pachan. And process of digestion, this is the main thing. You have to write down this, and avastha pak વિશે પણ થોડું લખવાનું. So this was it. If you are having any query regarding anything, let me know.